Welcome to the back nine of the Next Gen National Championships here in Austin, Texas. Brought to you by JomezPro and Prodigy Disc and all the sponsors of the Next Generation Tour. I'm here with Kevin Jones.
Hello, Dave, and hello, everybody watching JomezPro coverage today. We've been seeing some pretty good shots on the front nine. Honestly, I'm really enjoying watching these guys battle it out on this awesome course.
I just like the how they make it feel. It's the young kid. We have Klein -3 through the front nine, John Nicholson -2 right on his tail, Cox is 3 over, and the young 14-year-old even par.
Yeah, some solid scores on this very difficult track. Let's see what they can do on the back nine. Kyle is not giving in.
Yeah, it looks like he's in the driver's seat today, and I expect to see him just keep going full speed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Par 3, 368 feet, dead ahead. This is either a mid-range or a fairway driver for the majority of players here. Let's see what our players are going to opt for.
So have you played this course, Kevin?
Yeah, every time I've came through Austin, I've definitely stopped here and played this course. I just really enjoy it. So it's been about 3 times and nothing in competition.
Would you say it's one of your favorites that you've seen?
Top 5 course that I've played.
Wow. Bad kick to start here for Kyle. He was a little to the right.
Just a little bit off the gap there, and he'll pay for it.
Let's see if John can make a move on him for the round here, get tied back up. Snuck in for that sneaky putt.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. He's almost to the circle's edge.
Do you think having the disc higher like he's doing gives you what kind of advantage? More power, more accuracy?
I don't think it has any sort of effect on an advantage at all. It's just his timing. I think he's just used to it, and that's his stroke, his signature stroke.
So the top 3 guys seem to be sitting pretty good for the final, but Jake's going to have to battle here as some people are pushing from the back to make the final 9.
Yeah, right now Jake's in a very doable spot. If he has a solid back 9, he could be up there in the mix for the final 9 without a doubt.
Be great to see him make the finals.
Yeah.
Nice shot there. Get up and down. Should be right there around the tree, maybe 15 feet. So you're right. What doesn't he have? He has the standstill approach. That's something you need.
Yeah, it just seems like he's really athletic with the disc.
I mean, he is the USA DGC champion this year, breaking the course record for amateurs over at the Toboggan. And he's just, overall, he's turned down thousands in cash just to have the opportunity today to try to take home that big cash.
Wow.
10-11 rated?
Yeah, extremely good rating.
Shooting 1075s in the tournament. I mean,
there we go, Jonathan.
Pushed him. Now he's tied up for the round.
Nice. That's all you can do at this point. Just try to take as many strokes as possible every hole.
Yeah, I've lost 10-stroke leads, so it's possible. The wheels could come off, and you got to be ready to drive past him.
There we go, Casey. It's a great putt and a good par save.
Better start to the back 9 than the front 9. That's for sure for Casey.
Yep.
Out of there with his par. Easy cleanups. Just wanted to point out, for you watching, these are the single chain T3s, a championship level design bucket by Prodigy. We're trying to give it a test this weekend. Looks like it's doing pretty well. And I'll be doing a T2 review on my podcast, so tune in for that. And overall, I think it's a unique web change. You never see any cut-throughs, that's for sure.
That's right. And that's the goal as well. Hole 11 is a par 4, 777 feet, another signature Roy G hole. People are going to be throwing far and straight, trying to be in the fairway, somewhere 400, 450 feet up there so that they have a manageable upshot in order to execute the birdie.
I got to keep saying this. I love a 700-foot-plus hole where you can throw a disc and you don't have to worry about going OB.
Oh, no.
But sometimes you can throw in the woods worse than OB.
Wow, Dave, you totally jinxed that one. That was easily...
I saw scientific proof on one of those fake news. Nicing does affect the disc.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Again, one thing about wooded courses people really hate is that, oh, I threw it all the way up the fairway, and I just happened to be behind that tree, so now I don't have the shot. 1 foot difference, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
And that's hard to tell from that far away. 1 foot, 5 foot difference at the end. And landing, you never know if you're going to skip off a pine cone or the dirt.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the interesting part in disc golf. The ground isn't really important. We're focused on the look of the air. Someday we'll get to clean up the ground like ball golfers. That's his skill right there. I think he's going to be a monster driver.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I think he's a potential long drive champion just looking at him.
You know, I wonder if, everybody grows different. You think, is he on his way to be bigger than Jeremy Colling, or is he just going to fill out from here? We'll never know.
Size, you're saying?
Yeah.
It's a good question. I would say at the rate he's going, he's headed to be a little bit bigger.
I saw the picture of him and his brother at 17 was much bigger.
Wow. Do you know if he's playing any sports?
Other sports?
Yeah.
I think he has, and other sports, maybe probably guessing football or something, but he's completely focused on disc golf. His parents have made it, this is their goal. They want him to be playing against you in 2 years or less.
Nice. That's awesome.
They said they will be back next year if he doesn't win to claim this title. That's what Kyle Klein and his dad told me last year.
Really?
Yep. So, when a family gets behind you, it's much different. People like myself on tour, we were out there by ourselves trying to live it up. When you got family support taking you around and you have the time to really focus, gives you a great opportunity to do your best.
Yeah, it's a huge help.
Kyle, I think it's hard to stay focused with that big of a lead.
Yeah, and that was a really tough upshot as well. I mean, he would have had to throw something incredible to save that up and down. That's just too high there from Jonathan.
Very surprising. That's not any of the shots he's made all day. I thought he'd probably get up and down from there. Oh, nice kick save. But when it's going good, it's going good.
Definitely.
John also not much pressure from third place, so he's out there just trying to do his best, and I think that we could see him hold on into the top three for sure.
Hey, that's the first shot.
Can't get his sidearm off here. It's a bad angle, right?
Yeah, bad angle. Tree's all on the right side, so he's got the shot. Ooh, sit down, though. Ooh, that grippy plastic just kind of took off, huh?
Yeah, it's tough when you're not throwing a lot of Anheuser approaches to feel the touch that it needs to get that lip just right so it lands flat instead of catching an angle.
Yeah.
Jake not happy with this, gonna maybe take a bogey here.
I get it. He had an open window, and he was wanting to cash that putt. It was a long one, though, and we got the same shot coming from Casey again.
They're kind of struggling with this hole.
Yeah, this hole's causing problems.
Easy cleanups. Oh, I did it again.
Dave, that was 15 feet.
Well,
Not everything's as easy for them as it is for you.
I miss plenty of those, don't you worry. Just turn on the Jomez.
Yeah, me too, man.
So I'm not worried about that, but I'm sure Jake, in his mind, that's one that he talks about in the car on the way home.
Yeah. I would say that was just one of those putts where it was just outside of the distance where he knew he was going to make it. Maybe had one too many late doubts in his mind. Jomez coverage being right there. And he just, I don't know.
And I think, in today's thing with live scoring, I'm sure his mom's got live scoring up right now. And we got Mitchell Ramirez out there pushing.
Yeah, he's curious as to what those guys behind him are doing. He knows he needs to keep pushing, keep getting birdies.
It's a weird place. How do you deal with that when you're the player? Well, we'll talk about it on the next hole.
Hole 12 is going to be a par 3 at 335 feet. Slight bender to the left. Nothing too crazy here, though. I would expect some skip shots from these gentlemen. Maybe overstable mid, maybe overstable fairway. But we will see.
So what I was saying is, Kevin, how do you deal with it when you're in a group where the guys in front of you are way ahead? You know you can't climb up, really, but only thing you can really do is drop and not be the fourth in the group for the next round. How do you mentally deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's cliche, the answer to that, but one hole at a time, you've got to be getting birdies, and you have to be executing these holes. So if you start losing sight of that and focusing on what everybody else is doing, it's easy to let your score just drift away and kind of leak.
Especially if the guy, like Kyle, he's playing well. I mean, if you try to force yourself to keep up with him and go outside of your game, then you get in the car and realize if I just played my game, I'd be playing that next round.
Right.
But that's a nice shot out of him right there.
A few good shots so far. I would assume this is one of the easier holes on the entire course.
Yeah, I do like one thing I like so far. Many of the par 3 birdies are just nice little hyzer skip shots. That's always fun for everybody in disc golf. Gives you that ace run opportunity and guarantees yourself a putt as long as you get the gap.
Yeah, so everybody here will be putting on this hole. Jake, the furthest from the basket at about 32 feet, 31 feet.
Team Down South, it says on his shirt. I haven't heard of that one yet. Just a little left. I like the way, though, he's got it. He wants that intensity.
Yeah, I really like it as well. There's nothing too much about that reaction at all. It's just he's expecting to make those putts. He wants to make them. He knows he's got to make them.
I think one of the strong points we're seeing out of Nicholson here is that he's a really good inside the circle putter.
Yeah, he's really solid from inside the circle. Seems like he's pretty level-headed. It's a good combo to just have a great score.
Casey's going to pick it up here on the back nine, huh?
Yeah, I think that's the first sign of Casey starting to feel it, especially in his putt.
I won't say it's a gimme yet this time.
This is a gimme if I've ever seen one. Kyle from
All right, it's
7
in there.
feet.
It's totally in there. And I do like the way that didn't, it's interesting how they're making the baskets, not just this T3. Do you like the cut through, keeping stuff from cutting through with less chains or, but it might pop off the pole? Or do you like the hanging chains that guarantees that no pop off the pole, but cut throughs are possible?
Man, I am all for a basket that catches 100% on the pole.
Hole 13, 112 meters. Looks like a very reachable par 3, 368 feet. It should be a shot that most players can reach in one, especially at this skill level. It's basically a straight shot with a little bit of fade. I think Kyle loves these turnover mid-ranges. Did he turn it enough again? Oh, still kicked him right up there for a 20-foot.
Yeah, fantastic shot from Kyle. Mid-range is a really, really good option for this hole, I would say. If you have the power for it, I would totally be opting for a mid-range. So here's Casey going for that sidearm. Oh, just off. Casey is just an amazing example of playing your game and piecing the course together to fit your puzzle.
He's got a goal, and that's to make the final, and he's not going to let these guys and their big backhands affect his decisions.
That's right. But this was a good example of a hole that I don't know how easily he could park with a forehand, but the likelihood of him having a putt is very high.
And you'd opt for that a lot of times, that on a sidearm hole, you'd opt to consistently have the 40-footer over the backhand that might park it 1 or 2 times less out of 10, but it's always in the circle when you do hit it.
Yeah, it's always about playing your odds.
So you prefer to have 10 40-footers over 2 80-footers and 8 20-footers?
No. I would prefer the latter.
The latter, okay. So it'd have to be a little more of a number. Oh, he gets the FollowFlight.
That was so pretty. Like an overstable disc kind of put out on an anhyzer.
And you would see Jake do well here, I would think, because these courses do resemble some Augusta, Georgia courses.
I could see that. Interesting. He had a little bit more room for the backhand, so he puts it in there. I like it.
I think the confidence is up now.
Oh, yeah, he's feeling it.
37 feet. Oh, I think we're going to see some kind of replay here.
Yeah, I would expect it.
Ooh, here
There
it
it
comes.
is.
Oh, I love his eyes. He's looking at his eyes chasing the putter. Beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic putt from Jonathan. He had a putt earlier that was like a foot or two outside of the circle, and he didn't have the same like jump commitment that he did on that one.
It's like you could see it in his eyes. He knew he had done it.
Yes.
Kyle not playing his best golf today with his lead.
I mean, I would say, yeah, that's a true statement, but he's still playing pretty solid.
Definitely. I mean, just not what we saw him, to get this lead. He was making most of those.
Yeah. Another good putt from Casey.
Jake's in, and
While you were getting a close-up of the disc.
we're off.
All right, our next hole is going to be hole 14, par 4, 801 feet. This one is a slight dogleg to the right, so players are going to be throwing another Roy G type of shot, a 450-foot laser, maybe something that drifts a little bit to the right to set them up for that next shot.
Well, it's holes like these that make you make a decision. And even you see John here, who's got the power sidearm, thinking that a flex shot's going to give him a better position for that second shot. Will we have anything from there? Have you played this?
Yeah, so this is like one of the hardest holes on the entire course. I don't think he's going to have some creativity. It's so important to get up the fairway on this tee shot, though.
That looks tasty.
Oh, it's super.
But then that's that thing I'm talking about. He's against the tree. If he's 1 foot different, he's probably smiling. Now he's getting creative.
Yeah. Luckily, this is one of the tightest ones on the entire course, so.
Team Next Generation Tour, Kyle Klein. I love the way he's decorated in his gear today. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, he's wearing a ton of gear, and that was a fantastic shot. So he turned it over a little bit more than the other players. Worked out really nicely.
So he does opt for the sidearm here. I wondered if it didn't put you in a good position. But like you said, you're better to be way up there.
Yes, it's important to make progress up the fairway. So let's see what we got from Jake here. Nothing too crazy.
I bet most of you at home aren't used to seeing trees staggered in this way. It depends on where you live, but a lot of trees here. It's hard to tell in the video. I also like how when Casey's throwing, you can read the name on the back of his disc.
Yeah. That was not a good mistake from him. He had so much room to the left, and he knows it. That's why he's laughing right now.
So here's what he has. We were wondering. He does have a window for your creativity. Would you go with this roller? Is this how you'd play it?
Yeah, I think I might. It's just important to know that the disc is going to be moving a certain amount of feet forward. Like if you don't have that forehand roller in the bag, then do not try that on tournament day.
I mean, I saw you do that in Georgia from another fairway, and it somehow two-finger rolled across two fairways, and you had the putt for birdie still.
Yeah, that's right.
Very similar looking shot on the release, anyway.
Oh, here we go again. So he's definitely got the shot, like without a doubt.
To choose it as a fairway shot, he's comfortable.
How far are we looking at from there?
I'm thinking he's 45 short.
Yeah, I think he's still got a big old jump putt left. Casey with an important shot here.
Hits the gap beautifully. Will he weave the trees?
It does. It weaved everything.
Tree weaver inside the circle.
Oh, that was a fantastic recovery shot.
Oh, I think he's going to make that. I don't know why.
I do too. I think he's feeling it. His putt's been pretty dead center lately. That's going to be a zone from Jake Monn right there.
Yeah, he tells us he loves Discraft discs. That's his goal, to be on Team Discraft someday.
Nice. So he's not sponsored by a disc manufacturing company currently?
Yeah, I don't think after this video being 14, I think his phone's going to be off the hook.
I think so too, man. So Jake, I hope you've enjoyed your unsponsored days, but they're not going to be much longer.
They already grabbed Klein last year. He's Team Discmania.
Get up. No, not from Klein right there. I've seen him make some huge putts all week.
It's funny, a lot of times when you get a chance to be on these big videos, you're making stuff all week, and then you get on there and you play well, but you don't have that signature putt that you made all week you want people to see.
It's funny how that works, but you're definitely right. There's something to that, though. Great putt from Casey.
Most of them had to make great putts to get to this video.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're giving him the experience now at 14, 17 years old that I never had till I was nearly 30.
Yeah, that's something special about the sport. Darn, man.
A little left,
Yeah,
center there.
no doubt.
I think it's a lot to do with the speed coming in. It's really high speed on these short putts. But I also think it has to do with the other basket designs are designed to be jammed.
Other as in not this basket?
Yeah, like those ones with all the chains they got hanging like a T2. They're designed because to be jammed, and that's what the kids are used to now.
Right. Moving on to hole 15. These two holes back to back, they run parallel to each other, both being arguably a couple of the hardest holes on the course. Hole 15, par 4, 790. You gotta have big distance off your tee shot and then almost even bigger distance off that second shot. It's super crowded up there late in the fairway. You have to really get specific in the gap that you're choosing.
I like every one of these long holes has a split fairway option.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I think you could see the forehand and the backhand specialists have a great competition. And there in the background, there's Jake Munn's mom.
That's right.
They're all weekend to support him.
Get off that.
He knows. Oh, and he did get under it.
Yeah, that's a big tree to miss. Just getting more distance is crucial for him.
They're starting to learn.
This hole is so special. So much like room on that tee shot, yet still so tight.
I see why you guys like it now. I've never actually played Roy G myself.
That's funny. I'm glad you took the advice of everybody and had the finals here. I mean, for me, there's just no question.
Well, like I said, if Drew Gibson says it's good, he's very picky. And that's for good reason. He likes good stuff. And so he told me he'd put this in his top 5. And I said, okay, that's where we're going.
Nice. That's all it took.
Yep.
That's funny.
And of course, I've heard, you hear. It's big enough and well known enough that it's been mentioned in many conversations. So when I knew I was coming to Austin, I hoped to use it. But once those people said it was great, I didn't have to question it anymore.
Yep. Solid shot from Jake there, moving up the fairway. Oh, man, this looks really tasty.
Oh, he's hit the line perfect.
Oh, that's what he needed to do right there. So he went sidearm, sidearm. I wonder, that's like 50. Man, that's awesome, dude. Going sidearm to sidearm, 800 feet through the woods is pretty special. And whoa, that's a flippy disc.
He really thought he was going to get a late flip out of that one and overcommitted to the hyzer, and now it's behind a tree, good 50 feet away.
Yep, just a little. That was the shape that he was trying to create. Just did not get his disc over to the right.
Think we get one of these fancy rollers coming again.
Here we go again. I think he's doing this with an enforcer.
I wonder if it's just Roy G or if this is part of his game that he plays when he plays wooded courses. It seems pretty comfortable for him.
I promise you, he's thrown forehand rollers before because that's definitely an experienced forehand roller.
Yeah. Didn't get himself a great look there, but I think Jake should do good here. This looks like an Augusta, Georgia approach shot.
Yeah, so is this Jake trying to get up and down for a par?
Yep. And
Needs to go.
right behind the tree, from tree to tree.
That's a tough spot.
One hole, he's been behind 2 trees. And as I mentioned in the first video, that he's the bowling champ, John. So I think what that helps you with is your footing the most and a lot of wrist control.
Footing and wrist control, I could see that. I would say that it's probably helps a lot with focus, the ability to sit down and focus and become ready to execute.
I was a
whatever
pretty
you're doing.
good bowler, like not state champion, but I was up there and competed as a kid. But in disc golf, we've had a lot of great ones. Justin Brunell out of St. Louis He has 17 300 PBA games, and he was 1,020 rated.
Wow.
So, I mean, a lot of them can, if you ask around in disc golf, a lot of great bowlers. Like you said, a lot of athletes.
Jake really needed that putt right there. He's battling really hard right now to make the final 9.
Yeah, I think he feels he's already missed it by his body language.
He feels it slipping away. There's no doubt.
Can I say these are easy cleanups?
Now you can.
All right. Well, they're cleaning up here. And they're getting ready to enjoy a big steak and potatoes from Salt Lake Barbecue, ribeyes, New York strips, and T-bones.
Yes, they are. That was so good. Probably the best players' dinner that I've ever had on the course.
Oh, really? Thanks, Kevin. We're just trying to give the players more than just a game experience.
Hole 16 is going to be 405 feet. Slight bender to the left. I'm trying to remember this hole, but it's just going to be, looks like a fairway driver or maybe mid-range for Kyle. I would imagine he'd be
And nope, looks like a fairway. What is that? That looks like a
PD.
PD. It's definitely a Discmania fairway. He's not using the other stuff he's allowed to use.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where you can see Kyle's becoming a pro. If you noticed on the holes you need to get in the circle, he's getting up there. He might make mistakes, but when you're a pro, to make that step, you have to get certain holes to keep up.
Yes. Yeah, he's doing a great job of advancing the fairway, staying out of big trouble, which he's making it look easy, but it's not. People get in big trouble on this course all the time.
So Casey with his best looking backhand, but you see without the experience, it's just a little short. But
Yeah.
You pured it, though.
Yeah, I think that was a really solid shot, though. It was smooth. I think that's an enforcer
Is he going to reach it?
from Jonathan.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic shot.
Wow, that is parked.
Yeah, this hole is so pretty and fun to play. It has a little bit of a low ceiling off of the bat, so that's probably why most players are going to go with a faster disc.
Did you see that kick he just got?
Yeah, he's going to make this hole long. That did not work out very well either. He had some shrubbage in his backswing. Just get up and down from this and call it a day. So he pulls out the zone. Oh, and it's just short. So,
Looks like he'd be facing a double bogey here.
yep, that's what it looks like.
No running jump putt?
Must be inside his range.
So that's the difference, I think. When he's running, he plans to approach it, and when he does that, I think he's trying to make it.
Yeah, that was a much more lower trajectory.
Can he? Nope, he's going to get the double bogey. If he can clean up there, I don't want to jinx him.
Yeah, it's I mean, double bogey putts are sometimes hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes harder than that par putt.
Wow, that's a second one.
Yeah, just a little bit high.
I think he wants to show the public how good he is, and he doesn't get many opportunities, so I think he's put a little more pressure on himself and just barely missing. He's not shanking.
No, and it's a committed miss too, which is what I really like about it. He's not missing because he's like wimping out on the putt. He's missing because he's making sure he's committing, which
Yeah.
is very, very good.
It's hard. When I used to be nervous, I tend to short it because I didn't have the guts to put it up.
Yeah, that's not Kyle's problem today,
Definitely not.
but same here.
You have to have the guts. Give it a chance, they say. I think that's why they say it, but it's so hard to do when you feel the pressure.
Hole 17 is the skyline hole. They cleared it out. Thank you so much to anybody involved with cleaning up this course and making it so pretty, even if it already is beautiful. But this is the skyline hole. They cleared it out so that you can see the Austin city from where we are, from the basket.
Well, we owe that to the Parks Department, Waterloo Disc Golf Club, and Mr. Gordon Kelly.
That's right.
30 years in the game, he's been running this show, and thanks to him and his club and his supporters like Adam Hernandez in the club, we appreciate their support to make it look great.
This hole is so awesome. It has two options. The more clean option is going to be this hyzer line, the backhand hyzer. That's a pretty fantastic shot, I would say, from him. I'm thinking that's his enforcer again. It looks like an enforcer.
About 38 feet. We've seen 2 of those go in, so he's probably happy to be there.
Yeah, I would be. Any kind of 40 and under foot putt on this hole is great.
I noticed you, though. I think you like it from 30 to 40 better than you like it from 20 to 30.
I definitely don't mind being in that range.
I think you see 35 and you think, I'm making that.
Sometimes more so than the 32.
Yeah. Ooh.
That was not very tasty looking. Just a little bit off from Casey there, but he's going for that sidearm line.
Can Jake finish with a couple birdies here and give him a chance to make the final 9?
Fly, baby. That is... it was just the perfect line. Just did not have the distance.
You like that play? I think you're not feeling it. Instead of trying to keep gunning it like he did and hit the trees, he took a lot off and just conceded to a longer putt so he doesn't make another bogey. I think that was a smart mental move.
Yeah, it is, but I know he knows he needs a birdie right now.
Right, but he knows he doesn't need a bogey, so it's kind of interesting. You just had, a couple sprays.
This is going to be a run for sure. Right?
I think he wanted it to be a run, but it looks like the wind's picking up here in their face.
Yeah, I can... There's definitely some wind coming off of this little hill. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so definitely left to right wind for those gentlemen.
Interesting. I can't tell if that popped out, popped through.
I think we saw Jake right there just checking the scores, actually.
Oh, was he checking them?
He was looking at his phone, I would imagine.
Yep.
He's got one hole left. And
that's 3 for him.
Yeah, great one from Jonathan right there.
He's got more replays this round than I got in my career. Right.
Yeah, I'm still seeing it. Like he's given that one. The ones that are going in just have this little extra jump on it, little extra push. A lot of. He commits really well. In other words,
I think that's well said. And it looks like Casey's now confident that he can put it in the chains. He's lost that little fear of I have to put it in softly.
Yeah, Casey gave a little fist pump there, and I think I know why. I think that was a 20-footer with a right to left wind, which would just make his putt pretty hard. He's a little nose down hyzer, so when you have that right to left wind, it can be kind of sketchy, right?
Yeah, it lifts it. It can, the basket elevated, then you have the harder putt coming back. And I also think that he knows there, after making that putt, he can get away with a bogey on the last hole and still play in the final.
Yes.
Which I think was his mission.
Right.
He didn't come to beat Kyle after the first day. Probably.
No, he's trying to be in that final. Yeah, that guaranteed top 4.
After that 1075, he separated.
Hole 18 is 831 feet, the last hole on the course, and one of the longest holes, if not the longest. This one is just like all those other signature Roy G par 4s that I've been talking about, except you need even more distance here. You've gotta have great distance off the tee.
Little Patrick Brown in the background there. We had lots of great pros out to visit us. Lisa Fakis, we had Sarah Holcomb, Luke Humphreys, we had you, Kevin,
Yeah.
Patrick Brown, Jay Redding.
Yeah, and the players love
Yeah.
it. They love
People,
seeing
and then
pros
all
out there.
the legends came out. John Houks and Vinnie Millers and Neil Dombras and stuff. All the legends of Texas came out. It was just a overall showing by Texas. We have to give a shout out from NG. I've been doing it many years in Arizona, and having us come to Texas for the first time, you wonder what kind of support you're going to get. And boy, did they step up.
Nice. That's awesome to hear. So Kyle got a little bit greasy right there. Snuck inside, but still into a great landing zone. Here we go, Casey, just showing off the backhand that he doesn't like to show off.
I think he should stick to it a little more.
There's no doubt. I would totally agree. I hope he's listening right now. Keep it up with the backhand. One day, that's going to be more trustworthy than your forehand, I think,
So we
Casey.
know Jake pretty much has to birdie this hole.
Jake pushed it over a little bit, but he's showing that there's some room to go straight. It's a good shot.
He found the fairway. Can he get it done?
He's going to fight for a birdie here, there's no doubt. Oh, no, a little too much flip.
See, I think right there would have been an example where he's forcing his sidearm. He could have threw his, if he was confident in that backhand, he'd be good. Because that backhand technique, I'd put him maybe the second best looking one in the group. I mean, it really looks good on the technique.
Yeah, he has. I'd have to agree. Really good technique.
Jake knows he needs it. He's going with the roller.
This looks so good until right there. It just kind of died out, but still, fantastic shot to inside circle 2, I think.
Well, that's going to be the biggest putt of his career so far.
Yeah, do we know if if this is for the final 9.
Yeah,
or
Mitchell
not?
Ramirez has to also birdie from the second card to give him the push. So we'll find out here. I'll keep you updated on Mitchell.
Cool. Another roller, though, from Jonathan.
Kyle getting closer to the moment he's waited for 12 months.
Kyle's tee shot was so far left that he had a straight line at the basket. Man, I think that's an awesome play. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but that up shot was so much easier than the other guys.
Yeah, sometimes it works out on those wooded courses. Like I said, you find a new gap that you didn't even practice that you're like, this is better than the one I thought I could throw to.
Yeah.
Oh!
A little bit of extra flair from Casey, so some work to be done.
All right, Jake. You had the same kind of putt to win in the Premier. Now you got this putt to make the final.
This is about 70 feet. Looks awesome.
Off the top again. It's exactly how he played the Premier. Well, that's the last we'll see of Jake Monn for the tournament. Great 14-year-old, though.
Yeah, that was fun watching him.
Because we just got a report Mitchell Ramirez did make the birdie. What was that about, you think? He's got a 13-stroke lead, but he really wants it, huh?
He's just methodical. I can appreciate that. Maybe he's fighting for. Maybe he's just trying to have a good round rating.
Yeah, I mean, I think his rating's on the way up, but he's going to find out. As you know, the higher you get, the harder it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's done it. Casey Cox is going to be in the final 9 representing Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Shout out to Casey for handling early chain outs and just dealing with them masterfully. I don't believe he missed a putt on the back 9.
Yeah, he hit metal on everything. And there's Kyle getting ready to do his victory lap. I'm sure his father is just ear to ear right now.
Yes, I guarantee.
Well, Jake being 14, he's going to finish at +4 for the back 9 and +4 overall. But, you know, finishing in 6th place, he's going to decline the cash and come back next year.
Cool. How much cash did he decline?
He declined $700 in a brand new basket, so about $1,100.
Wow.
And then we had John Nicholson maintain his position. He's at -4 for the round, -2 on the back 9. Klein finished at -4 overall, -1 on the back 9. And Cox pulled an even out on the back 9 to keep his spot in the final 9 for a +3 all day.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us right now. We look forward to seeing you guys in the final 9. Thank you, JomezPro, for having us out here and for coming out and filming these guys, getting them some awesome coverage. Dave?
And thank you, Kevin. Thanks to Prodigy Disc and all of our sponsors on the tour for bringing us this production. And look forward to seeing the final 9.
Me too.
Thank you, everybody.